What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So today we're gonna go visit AY. For some of you guys that do follow me on Instagram, probably know who AY is. Anyways, for those that do not know who AY is the owner of the loudest BMW E46 in Nigeria. Not just the loudest BMW E46 in Nigeria. I genuinely believe he's the owner of the loudest BMW in Nigeria. But for some reason I feel like he's not gonna believe me because he's too humble to do so. But it's okay to not believe in me. But for those of you guys that have seen this car here in Abuja, probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, he's got a couple of cars as well. He's got a BMW M4 and a crazy Mercedes that shoots crazy flames and pops and bangs. I mean, he's got a very nice garage of cars. We're gonna go talk to him and focus mainly on the BMW E46 and how he's been able to make it super loud. Yeah, if you like this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the notification bell. And yeah, I'll see you in his house. Let's go. Alright guys, so we're here with AY. So AY, this your car is probably one of the loudest and the popular car on Instagram. So tell us about this your car.
This car it's a long story behind this car.
Okay.
I bought this car when I was back in school in the US.
Yeah.
I bought this car for nearly less than $1,000, let's say.
Oh.
Yeah.
$1,000 for this car?
I got it from an auction. So
okay.
But then it was broken.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. The car started, but it had a broken suspension. It needed the cooling system overhauled.
Okay.
Among other things.
Okay.
So it was a gem, but it was sitting in a dump.
Okay.
That's how it started. I got the car, and when I got the car, believe it or not, I didn't have a license.
Wow.
So I had the car for more than a month, just sitting while I was waiting for my license.
Wow.
But in the meantime, I tried to fix it up.
Yeah.
At the time, I was just happy that I had a car, to be honest. It was still a piece of shit at the time, but then I was happy I had a car.
For sure.
That's what it was at the time.
Obviously, now it's one of the best cars you can buy right now.
It's okay. It's not in the best condition. I know I've neglected it because I have other cars, but then I'm hoping that very soon I will put it in work and restore it to its former glory.
But obviously, you've done so much for this car. This car, to me, honestly, I think this is the loudest car, not just in Abuja. I think it's in Nigeria, the loudest BMW in Nigeria.
There are other loud cars. It has its unique tone.
Yeah,
that's
actually,
what it is.
Yeah, yes. I love the
anywhere you hear it, you would be able to tell that it's the one. It's very loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talk us through what have you done to the car, please?
It's quite a lot for me to remember. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
When I got the car.
Okay.
I fixed it up, cooling system overhaul, all the necessary maintenance.
Okay.
And things to do to avoid the car breaking down.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you guys need to do whenever you get a car.
Sure.
I did all of those, and then afterwards, I didn't even know much about cars at the time, to be honest. I do know cars, I was learning.
Okay.
So the first thing was these wheels.
Yeah.
I came across those wheels. When I got these wheels, that was the first mod on the car, per se. It's my mod. And then inside the infotainment system, I put an OEM fit in infotainment system that looks good. That's one thing I did. The car came with this bumper and this mirror, which doesn't usually come on an E46. It's very rare to see one with this.
Yeah.
So I was happy. It was a plus for me to buy in this car, regardless, not running, but I knew what I was getting.
Sure.
You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that's what that was. And then after these wheels, I moved on to first thing after the wheels was muffler delete. Okay. To get a bit more sound out of the car because it's more fun.
Exactly.
So we did that, and then it wasn't enough for me. I needed more in the sound of the car. But then working on cars in the US, especially this car, is not easy. And if you take it to a workshop, they charge a lot. They start charging by, let's say, $120 per hour to work on your car, or $120 just to diagnose. And then if they're gonna work, they will charge you per hour depending on how long it took them.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the expertise or the tools to install headers on this car myself.
Okay.
So I didn't jump to that. I moved to other things.
Okay.
Starting from the suspension, because these cars have very slacky suspension.
Yeah.
If you upgrade the suspension, it's a no-brainer. It literally transforms the car. The car gets faster just by upgrading the suspension.
Suspension alone?
Yeah, because there's no body travel.
Okay.
The car is planted and it goes faster. That was
Okay.
that. Maybe some of you have seen my YouTube channel, which I was working on back then.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
posted
yeah.
some of the content of the car.
Yeah.
So I did suspension and I was very much happy with it. The suspension is not cheap, and there's a lot that you don't see that I have done to the suspension, but then it's there, which makes the car stiff and firm and way fast. And then
Okay.
after that, I wanted to tune the car. I had barely started knowing what tuning was at the time.
Okay.
I wanted to tune the car, but the tuner told me that I needed headers,
Okay.
and I, I could not afford about $600 to get headers installed.
Okay.
The headers were like $150 at the time. So imagine buying a $150 header and then paying $600 to get the headers installed. It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't.
So I did have friends that helped a lot. I started thinking of alternatives to install the headers. And then my friends were like, they could help me. We could do it together in the garage. In their house, garage, they have their tools and stuff. And then we started working with them in their house to install the headers, but we couldn't finish. And we had to take it off because we didn't get far. We only took out, it comes with two catalyst converters in this car. 3 go to 3-cylinder and 3 the exhaust manifold that leads to the catalyst. So we were able to take out one but not the other.
Okay.
So because we couldn't take it off, we had to put back the other one because it was getting late and I had to drive home. So when I got home, I got a jack, jack stands, and it was freezing cold, to be honest, at the time.
Okay.
So it took me 3 whole days to install the headers myself.
Okay.
And it wasn't perfect. But I got the result I wanted. The car sounded crazy at the time. It's legit, I would say, the most happy I was at the time because I had never had a loud car.
Yeah.
My brother did have a famous car in this town, the black 325 that was loud at tops, but that was my brother's.
Exactly.
Not this. This is mine. So when I installed it, it was quite nice. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
And then I moved on to the tune.
All right. So obviously this car shoots a lot of flames. So were you the one that tuned it, or you tune it? Someone else tuned it back in the state with?
No, I wasn't the one that tuned it. I found a tuner at the time that worked on the car, and he was how do I say, very educative on what I needed to do to get the best out of the car. We did that, and I bought an unlocked ECU from him. Okay. And then he shipped it to me. I put it in the car, plugged in my PC. That's what's called remote tuning. So we did a remote tune on it. And these cars, they have a stage 1, which doesn't have bubbles, just get an increment in power. And then they have a stage 2, which does have bubbles, but there's no flames. And then they have a stage 3, which shoots massive flames like the one my car does. And then we got on stage 3 at the time. So that's what it was. And up till now, it's still the map I'm running. I do have about 2 to 3 maps from him that I can switch at my own will and get what I want.
Okay, but is the car a stage 1 or stage 2?
No, it's a stage 3.
Oh, stage 3.
Yes, it's a stage 3. But let me clarify something. Because people are just throwing stages out there. And they would say, can you tune my car stage 3? No. So basically, based on the platform my tuner was offering at the time, he broke it down into the stages. It's not like, say, an E63 stage 1, stage 2. No, it's not that powerful. Nowhere close. That's not what it is. This is just his breakdown of what he has in store for the car. So that's what's worth on this car. Please don't get it wrong. Don't come with I don't want to call out any cars. Not trying to attack
for sure.
Don't tell me to tune your car to a stage 2. No, it doesn't work that way, please.
So obviously before this one, you had a BMW M4, right?
Yes, I did have an M4, but the M4 came after this.
After this one.
2 years after this. I had this car in 2019. Yeah, and then the M4 came on the 26th of June in 2021. That was on my birthday, and also I had literally graduated my master's at the time. I got the car as sort of a present. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but everyone has fallen in love with the M4.
Yes.
Everyone loves the M4, especially on Instagram.
Yeah, even I love it. But then,
But which do you prefer? Do you prefer this one or the M4?
No, nothing comes close to this.
Really? So you
point.
prefer this one?
Yes, I do love this car. But then the M4 was an animal, a beast of its own.
Yeah, for
You get my
sure.
point?
Yeah.
This car is something that I had built from the ground up.
Yeah.
So I feel connected to this car in every aspect.
Yeah.
But then the M4 I worked on as well. I got it a stock car, did the modifications, so it was all built around my vision.
Okay.
So believe it or not, I love the M4. I miss it by the day.
Yeah.
But then this, I can't let go.
We all love this one. You just have to love an E46.
Yeah, bro.
How many horsepower does the car has?
These cars, from factory, they're about 190 horsepower.
Okay.
But then with the tune, maybe we were able to squeeze out, say, somewhere around 230.
Wow, that is
30 horsepower.
That is a lot. Yeah. That is a lot of horsepower.
But then mainly what you get from this car is the torque, because you get low down power with the tune that we did on it.
Okay.
You know, you don't always have to over rev it to get the car moving.
Okay.
That's what it is. But then the power is there as well. And I was able to keep up with an M3. I won't mention which.
Yeah.
I was able to keep up with an M3.
I think we all know which M3 that is.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy behind you, right here, this guy behind you, this guy is obviously tuned as well, is it?
Yeah, it is. I did tune this.
Oh, you did tune the car?
Yes, I did tune it, but it is my brother's. It's
okay.
Not mine. It's my brother's car. We tuned it to a light stage 1.
Okay.
Just for more power and pops.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. So it's a nice car to drive around. It's lowered, got lowered suspension, an exhaust. Just a fun car to drive. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, all right. Okay. So there's one thing I would like you to talk us through. Unified Autos. What is Unified Autos?
Unified Autos is our company, an official company. We do sell cars. So
okay.
Unified Autos is the company that handles all.
Okay.
And I tune cars, and I already have a company.
Yeah.
So there's no point going to open another company in the name of tuning cars.
Yeah.
Because I already have a parent company that I'm working with. So that's why I integrated it into Unified Autos, because we already have that. And we do plan on opening a garage, and it's going to be Unified Autos. So there's no point, in disparity. Having everything under our roof is better.
Yeah.
So, and let's say not that long from now, we're working on opening the garage. I would like to see you guys there when we do open.
I'm sure
you'll be one of the first people.
I'm sure we'll be one of the first people to be there.
Thank you.
All right, so one last question, please, EY. Which car brand are you a fan of?
No, there is BMW.
BMW.
Yeah,
I mean,
BMW.
For sure. I'm sure a lot of people do know that already. Yeah. Okay, so which BMW is your favorite?
The E92 M3.
Really?
That is my favorite BMW.
Do you think that's the car that is the best sounding BMW, or the M5? A lot of people obviously say the M5 is the best sounding car of all time. I mean, of BMW of all time.
The M5 E60, people say is the best sounding, and you can't argue with people. The F1 engine sound is glorious, but I can't be driving everywhere with that.
Sure.
I mean, even if you don't modify the exhaust, it doesn't scream as much. But then personally, I think the E92 M3 sounds better. It's basically the same concept of an engine, just short of 2 cylinders.
Sure.
But it has a more deeper tone than the V10. The V10 screams loud, and then the V8 kind of growls, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The downshifts and everything. So personally, it's my all-time best BMW.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, but what do you think about the new grills on the G8X?
I still don't like them.
You don't like them?
I still don't like them, but I do want the G82 M3, M4. Sorry.
Yeah.
I do want a G82 M4, but I still don't like the grills, bro. But what do? We work with and appreciate actually what BMW is doing, because a lot of people are leaving, the main thing that attracted us to cars, moving on to something else. The BMW still kept the tradition. So yeah, we have to appreciate that, regardless of whether we like a single grille or not. Every other thing on the car is perfect, just the grille, I think.
All right. So thank you so much, AY, for having me. I
Thank
really
you so much,
appreciate it.
northern cars.
Right.